Winter Landscape with a Bird Trap was painted in 1565 by Peter Bruegel. The painting is most clearly divided into two scenes, one on the left and one on the right, so that's where we'll begin. On the left, Bruegel yet again creates a masterful and huge landscape filled with moments of life down to the smallest detail. Each scene shown in this painting could be a painting of its own, as we see a parent and child entering a boat of sorts to slide across the ice, or as groups of friends play games with each other on top of the ice. Each of these are carefully created scenes and are ones of joy and happiness that would spark these characters' memories that would last a lifetime. On the right, however, we are given a very different scene. We see a flock of birds swarm trees and then the ground, and upon the ground there is a deadfall bird trap, meaning a bird trap that results in the death of a bird if triggered. We see as several birds begin to group underneath the trap, meaning that the trap is soon to fall, snuffing out the life of any birds underneath it in an instant. These two scenes now set, one would ask themselves how they can relate, or if they are simply a contrast between each other, one a happy moment and the other a dark scene. This calls us to look closer at the details of the settings this takes place in, the characters involved, and how they can relate to each other. Let's start with the characters. Each character is very closely sized to birds that are parallel to them in the scene. So if a character is towards the center on the left side, there's a bird parallel to them on the right side towards the center that's about the same size as them. This is because the birds from our perspective are closer to us, giving us the view that they're the same size. This immediately gives us a contrast between these two, showing us that the birds and the people are in a similar situation. Now the setting. It is clear that there is a small village, most likely based in a town in the Netherlands that Bruegel came from, that is currently experiencing a snowy winter. This snow is clearly powdery and fluffy, which makes great for a snow day, but because of its lack of ice and coldness, it's only packed a few inches high, but is spread across the landscape. The ice, however, isn't so pretty. In the painting, it is shown to be a greenish yellow, almost consistently throughout the river. If you've been around a lake or a pond during the winter this color, you know that this river is not frozen very thick at all. It's frozen over enough to walk on, but could prove dangerous if too much weight were to be added. This is where we can draw the conclusion between the birds and the people and how they can relate as we come to a conclusion upon this painting. So as the birds are in immediate danger due to a trap being laid, the characters are too. As the birds were brought into the trap by the lure of food or seed, the people in the painting are lured into a trap with the enticing idea of a fun winter afternoon, purely acting on the instinct to follow these activities that bring them joy, instead of considering the immediate danger that they have placed themselves in. They are no different from the birds in this painting.